It's Tuesday, May 29th, 2012. It's time for another edition of a little radio show we like to call WZR. Matt Boone coming at us from Clearwater Beach, Florida. What's cracking, my man?
Hey now.
What did you forget about me or something, dude? What was that all about, man? I said it's
Did I what?
I said it's 7:59 Eastern time. What'd you do? Forget about? I had to send you a text. I said, where the fuck are you?
It's good. Any idea, man? I'm in a. All right. Wow, I got going bad. That's damn.
What?
But I'm in a trailer where my sister lives. It's hotter than shit. You're on air conditioning, so I got two fans. If it's making noises, you're just gonna have to deal with it because there's no damn way I could physically make it without them. But yeah, I had to set up like a thing in the back room. I had to make sure to tell them all the rules, like because we got the baby here. He screams a lot. Make sure he's quiet. You know, it's just a mess. But I'm here and I'm gonna do my best. I should say at the top, they're gonna hate me. I really wish they knew what I was going through right now down here. I'm not down here on vacation. Let's put it that way.
No,
I'm down here because my sister needed. Yes, my sister needed me, and somebody went to jail, and kids. So, anyways, so I have to be here. So, and I have no. We have basic cable, so I didn't even see it. This should sum it up perfectly. I did not see the UFC pay-per-view on Saturday. That's the first UFC pay-per-view I've missed. I don't know, 5 years. So that's how bad it is. I didn't see Raw, didn't see the pay-per-view. I got a little news in me. I tried my best to catch up on news. I had about 2 hours at a computer to work today, and I really did study up as much as I can so I can hold my own. I think I got a good grasp on some of the big stories, so we'll just do our best, or I'll do my best, I should say.
It's been a rough week for you, man. I know that happened, earlier. I mean, I spoke to you earlier, and
yeah, what I just said is nothing. The stuff going on back home, I don't even want to talk about it. Please don't bring it up. But it's life's not good right now.
We'll get you taken care of, man. When you get back up to Jacksonville. What's that?
Yeah, everything always works out. I'm sorry. If you can hear the echo I hear, I just don't want to talk over you. That's you talking. I think it's just me echoing.
No, you sound crystal clear on my end, but I think on the stream you're coming through a little bit fuzzy. But what are you gonna do, man? We're trying, and some people say the sound's not working, other people say the sound is working. But we're up and running. I'm checking the stats here, so everything's good to go. We're here. We got a lot to talk about, man.
Holy shit, do we ever?
Yeah, man, especially UFC, man, with, the Brock Lesnar talks. Brock Lesnar was at UFC 146 this past Saturday night, which was kind of crazy. And then
It turned out to be a more wrestling newsworthy show than an MMA. Well, as far as major stories, there's a lot of big MMA stories that came out of that show, but the major story, the thing that even MMA fans are talking about, is the wrestling, story that came out, which is the Brock stuff, like we talked about. And there's a lot to talk about, and I'm pretty schooled on that, so I can hold my own in that discussion.
Yeah, no, the Chris Jericho stuff that happened last week was, we're going to talk about that and get, in depth into it. And then we didn't have any pay-per-views, dude. It was just Monday Night Raw from last night, so we're going to talk about that. Something's weird, man. What's wrong? All right. We ready? Everybody live? Everybody in the chat room? We good to go? Some people have it, some people don't. I think it's coming back for everybody right now. It could be, listen, man, I'm 31 years old, right? And about to turn 32 in August 16th.
You're going to say your birthday and mine's before. I turned 28 in July. So fuck you, I'm first.
So, and you're younger too, motherfuckers. So,
I want all the fans to send me a soda for my birthday.
Yeah, right. So anyways, the deal, I'm going to be turning 32. They issued, it's rare in New York for us to get tornadoes. You get those out in Kansas and, Indiana and places like that. But in New York... Jacksonville and in Florida and places like that. But in New York, it's very, very rare that you get tornadoes. And they were talking about it yesterday, saying, today was going to be crazy. All the ingredients, kind of came together. And if that wasn't a tornado that hit out, I'm going to put some photos up on my Facebook page. I got to tell you, dude, there are trees. You guys may hear chainsaws out here. A guy was out there with a chainsaw cutting off some trees earlier. But there are trees down. We had big hail, man. We're talking like golf ball size hail, wind, and it just, we were out there on the deck, me and Dan, we're out there on the deck, and I finally said, you know, tree limbs started snapping off, and I said, dude, we better get inside. You know what I mean? I don't know. I've never seen anything like this, man. So we came back inside.
You don't want no debris to come knock you on your ass.
No, I mean,
I'm sure the only thing going through your head was, well, screw the pain and the injuries. I'd miss the show tonight. Let's go inside. Come on, man.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I've never seen anything like that, man. I mean, you look outside now and it looks like a war zone out here with you know, branches down and oh, it's gonna take, you know, days and days and days to clean up, man. So we're all okay. Everybody's good here. But it was crazy.
Can I say something though, or?
Yeah, what do you got?
Well, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is, wow, we had a tornado.
Hey, that's a good one. That's a good one. Get the fuck out of here. Anyways, but no, we're all right here, man. It's just crazy when you look outside. I'm gonna put some photos up on Facebook, like I said, and let you guys see what I'm talking about. It's crazy, man.
I can talk about that part of the stuff that's going on back home. The tornado hit us, and I wasn't there to turn my computer off. I don't have a surge protector. My brother, he didn't turn my computer off, so my motherboard was fried, my hard drive was fried, my CD drive was fried, and the computer will not even turn on.
Well, what do you know?
When I get back home, I got that to deal with. My brother had a seizure. If you had any idea, man.
No, I know.
If you had any idea.
I know. If these people had any, I know what you're going through, man.
Yeah,
back home. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I'm still here.
You're still here, you know what I mean, dude? And not only that, you're in Clearwater Beach, which is one of the nicest places in the United States, man. Clearwater Beach is awesome down there, you know what I mean? So
I still haven't been to the beach, but the weather sucks down here, too. I mean, it's not nothing like Jacksonville or New York, but we've been getting a lot of rain. We got some hail the other day.
Yeah. I think it's hilarious. Your motherboard crashed. I was just talking last week. I got on here and I said, "Yo, I said my server motherboard crashed." And last week, nobody gives a fuck about the motherboard, dude. Just tell it like it is. Blah 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 blah. Wah! My motherboard crashed. Wah! You had it coming. You had it coming, brother, for making fun of me live.
That's karma.
That's karma, man. Karma's a bitch. See what happens. By the way, on Thursday, this past Thursday, I went to a brand new server. We have not had any issues since then. Monday Night Raw. We were good. My host is the same, but we went to a brand new server. We upgraded, man, and they still haven't. I mean, they blamed everything on me. Oh, it's PHP errors, it's script errors, blah 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 blah. And it was the server the entire.
It's never their fault. Yeah.
No, of course not, dude. So it was the server the entire day. We didn't have any problems after Raw last night. Got a good night's sleep. Everything was good, man. And hopefully we won't have any problems during the pay-per-views. We'll test it out here in a couple weeks. But everything's back to normal, man.
I've heard some mixed reviews about Raw. There are a lot of people say it was above average. I've heard other people say it was one or two things were standout stuff, and the rest was filler shit. The Big Show had a very interesting night, if you want to word it that way. So yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
It was wrestling heavy, to be honest with you, man. A lot of matches on Raw last night. You had Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, which was a good match, and then CM Punk came out on Twitter and said he hated it. But it was all about the Big Show, man. I mean, Big Show in the opening segment, Big Show in numerous backstage segments throughout the show, Big Show in the main event. The show ends with Big Show destroying people. It was Big Show, Big Show, Big Show, Big Show, man. And I see what they're trying to do, man. I mean, you know, they're trying to make him. I mean, when he first came in, he was a massive heel. You know what I mean? And he was like
Didn't he take a little shot at Brock during the show too, like calling him a phony cage fighter or something like that?
No, they didn't mention UFC 146. They didn't mention.
No, but I heard that he mentioned not even Brock by name, but just saying something about a phony cage fighter, a phony MMA guy, something like that.
Well, he came out in the opening. He came out in the opening segment and just ranted on and on and on and on. I mean, it went for like 15 minutes, and nobody came out to break it up. I mean, I thought the crowd was chanting Cena, and eventually I thought, all right, this guy's gonna cut this heel promo. Eventually, Cena's gonna come out, basically tell him shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? And he just came out and went on and on and on and on, and then when it was done, he walked off and nobody came out.
Was it good? Because I heard bits and pieces. Like for example, I heard he said, I don't know the exact line, but something along the lines of, I don't know who it was. Maybe R-Truth and Cobra King. They're supposed to be my friends, and Brodus Clay, and he's out dancing before my tears even dried. Like stuff like this. Yeah. Basically, the promo was to explain why he turned heel, right? That was the whole gist of the promo. And the way I heard like some of the specifics that he went through, I was like, that's kind of some brilliant shit. And I heard he pulled it off well as far as delivering the promo, like with passion.
Oh man, I mean, he didn't. If you want to look at it that way, no. If you want to look at it that way, then yeah. I mean, he got what he needed to get delivered over. It was just it ran so long, dude. By like the 10th minute, you're like, shut the fuck up, man. I mean, we've heard 10 minutes of you going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. I mean, shut up, dude. You know, it got to the point where it became boring after a while. And nobody came out to save it. You know, it was just a promo, it was a heel promo, and then he walked to the back, and you were like, that's it. You know, I mean, hello.
Yeah, it was like steak, and there was no potatoes. Like, we want some side dishes here, man. Like, steak's good and everything, but can we get some fucking, you know?
Can we get some mashed potatoes, right? Can we get some mashed potatoes?
Can we get baked potato up in this bitch? Or, what the fuck are we doing here?
No baked potatoes. I can't stand the skin, bro. The skin, you gotta peel the potatoes and then chop them up.
Yeah, you gotta peel the skin. I actually usually have friends do it for me because I'm lazy. And then baked potato and sour cream. You gotta love it.
No, thank you. I'll take the mashed potatoes with butter. Yeah, lots of butter and lots of salt. You know what I mean? But all right, listen.
No butter.
Let's get these plugs out of the way and then we'll get into it, man. It's been a busy day today. Obviously on the websites, I lost power a couple hours ago. Was talking to you guys via mobile on my Facebook page, but we're back up and everything's good. They said earlier that about 70% of the area was without power, so. I'll give you a heads up. If we go off the air here tonight, I mean, basically, to get everybody else back online, you're going to have to cut some power to other people that have it, so that these guys that are working on the power grids, you know, don't electrocute themselves. So hopefully we don't go out. I mean, we're going to be here for the time being. But if we do, if we go away, you know where we went, and we'll try to get you back on. I've got a laptop here that is fully charged up, and it's got all the stuff that I need for you know, the show to go live, so we can try to get you back up that way. Vendetta's not around tonight. Wasn't around last week, not around tonight. I have no idea where he is, so, you know, we don't have him as a backup.
How's the weather looking right now outside?
No, we're good.
Calm down any? Or?
We're good, man. I checked the radar before we came on, and we are A-OK for right now, but it's just a matter of getting people that are without power back on right now, you know. I mean, that was unbelievable, man. I've actually got a video.
Weatherman Clark's always on top of that. You have like a passion for weather and
I love it.
Gossip news.
I love it.
Like high-speed chases and burglaries and.
Yo, let me tell you something. Before we get into Monday Night Raw,
I already heard somebody was. What was it?
The crane
on the fire.
No, the crane thing, man. Let me tell you something.
Oh yeah, that's it. All right, tell that one.
All right. Check this out. So yesterday, and then we'll get into Monday Night. I promise we'll get into wrestling talk. One quick story. So yesterday, all right. I go to FoxNews.com and CNN and all that stuff, and I see that, you know, a man is 150 feet up in a crane. So I'm like, what the fuck is this about, right? So I go to Fox News, and they don't have much details. So I go to the Dallas affiliate, you know, DallasNews.com or whatever it was, right? And I'm looking at all the local affiliates, and I find a blog, like an ongoing blog. And this guy, it turns out, he robbed somebody at about 2:30 a.m. in the morning, right? And took a truck and crashed it into a couple people, blah, 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 or a couple cars, and then ditched it, and then ran up the top of this crane, which is about 150 feet high, right? So he goes up there and he sits in the cab, and it's 95 degrees in Dallas yesterday. So he gets up there, and obviously, you know, he's getting hot, right? He's sweating. So he takes his shoes off, and he starts throwing his shoes down at the cops that are below, and he tells them, yo, you better get the fuck out of here. I got a gun. I'll shoot you if you don't leave me alone. So he sits up there all day, man, all day, and he's throwing his shoes off, and at one point he threw a fire hydrant, you know, inside the cab, and he's sitting up there and he's sweating, and he takes off his shirt, blah, 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 and then it becomes nightfall, all right, and he's still up there and he's refusing, man. He says, no, I'm not talking to you guys, and he cuts off all communication, right? So nightfall comes around, and they shine a spotlight on the crane way up there, 150 feet up in the air, all right? And it gets to about 2:30 Eastern time last night, 1:30, you know, Houston or Dallas Fort Worth, I think it was where it was, right? And the cops finally say, fuck this, man, this guy's not going to be talking to us, we're going up there. So they take 4 guys up and they scale the freaking crane, right? They go on up there and they get to the top, and it turns out that the guy has greased up the door. All right, so that the cops, you know, it's going to be all slippery. And he's also fucking put something in front of the crane door way up high that these cops can't get in, right? So as the cops get closer, he punches out the window, all right? And he goes out, as the cops are trying to push their way in, he goes out to the outside of the crane, and he's hanging there on the outside of the crane for about 15 seconds, and then either jumps or loses his grip, and plummets 150 feet to the ground and dead on impact, and it was crazy, bro.
No shit, I'm saying Owen Hart when he fell, what was it, 80 some feet, so 150 is almost double that. Of course he didn't make it.
Yeah, man.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a movie, like a major movie being filmed in downtown Albany? Is that still being filmed? Like, how are they dealing with all this weather shit?
Well, no, they filmed it, I think it was last week. It's the Evander Holyfield movie. They're filming something in downtown Albany here, but, I mean, they're not doing anything today, man. It was brutal out there today, so. Alright, let me get these plugs out of the way, then we're getting into Monday Night Raw from last night, then we're going to talk Chris Jericho and Brock Lesnar, the two big stories of the week. Feedback.
What? Is there a new Chris Jericho story? Because we talked about that last week.
No, we didn't. The Chris Jericho stuff happened on Thursday when they were in Brazil, so we have not talked about that at all.
Whoa. That can't be right. I could have sworn we talked, because I remember asking you on the air. Well, we did talk about that on the air.
We did not. We did that. This show happened on Thursday, bro. They were out in Brazil. The show was supposed to be on Wednesday, and then they went out to Brazil, and they had flight problems, and it happened on Thursday. And then the suspension occurred on Friday, and here we are. I'm telling you, we haven't talked about it yet. It happened on Thursday. We were here Tuesday last week. What are you talking about?
Tuesday last week. When did we do the show?
We did it on Tuesday, and the shit happened on Thursday. So we got to talk about that, man. And it's not. Listen, people that are still thinking this is a work, you're out of your fucking mind. And we'll open up phone calls. I mean, if you want to call up and debate me on this, it's not a work, guys. It's absolutely not a work. And the same thing with Brock Lesnar. UFC isn't going to cater to WWE's scripted product, okay? It's something they're not going to do. They're not going to feed into that. And none of that stuff was scripted. None of this is a work, guys. So we're going to get into that.
Well,
and if
the Brock thing, let me handle the Brock story, because I talked to some people. I got the whole story.
Right, but WWE had, I mean, if WWE had anything to do with that, they would have mentioned it last night on Monday Night Raw, and listen, this is the guy that wanted to go to the UFC event. He went to the UFC event, and then after it was over, he said, Dana, hey, let's talk, man. Let's talk about a business deal, and I guess it didn't go that well. So, I mean...
The short version is Brock is working each side against the other to renegotiate things, but we'll get into it.
Exactly. You're exactly right. He's basically, got WWE and UFC in the middle of things. He's open to a UFC return, but he wants to get more money out of UFC than he does out of WWE. So you'll get into that, man.
Not exactly right. We'll get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into it. And then the Chris Jericho stuff we're going to talk about. So for the plugs, the official website of WZR Radio is WZROnline.com. We are on Facebook, Facebook.com/WZR Army. We are on Twitter and YouTube as well. Just go to WZROnline.com, and the top navigation bar, you guys can find all the links to that stuff. Not many galleries up there this past week, Matty B.
Now, you know damn well what my situation is. So you're going to make me a heel, and if these motherfuckers had any idea what it took to even get on the air last week, and then that, compared to this week, to get on the air this week, fucking forget about it, dude. I can't believe myself that I'm sitting here doing a radio show right now. I shouldn't even be... I don't know. I just wish that we could talk openly about everything, but there's certain stuff I just can't talk about. But, yeah, you'd be surprised. If it was anybody else, they would not be here tonight. Let me put it that way. So believe me when I say I take this seriously. I respect my man Ryan Clark. I respect the Army. I respect the show, and that's why I'm here. No other reason.
And I respect you enough to say, wah. All right, get to
you lying me over some serious shit, you prick.
All right, check it out. Get to our live chat room, WZROnline.com or WZROnline.com. /chat, WZROnline.com/chat. Lots and lots of people in there tonight, as always. So get over there and chat it up. Talking Monday Night Raw, Chris Jericho and Brock Lesnar. What else in the plugs department?
Man, Miller, there's a bunch of stuff, man.
Let's get into Monday Night Raw from last night. We'll run that down here in the first hour, and then probably talk about Brock Lesnar and all the UFC stuff, man. I mean, Vitor Belfort versus Vanderlei Silva is off. Jason Mayhem Miller got fired. Did you hear the story behind Jason Mayhem Miller?
I heard bits and pieces. Like the Vandalay stuff, I can understand they wouldn't care. Mayhem Miller's a celebrity from Bully Beatdown and stuff. I figured they might care a little about that. Plus, it's a cool story.
Yeah.
Brock thing is just unbelievable. So
well,
we got to get into that.
I mean, the antics. You know how Jason Mayhem Miller is. He's always been over the top with the stuff that he wears to the rings and the cage and the stuff that he does. You know, just to try to generate fan interest. Well, I heard after the it's just a rumor, man, but after the fight was over, he went backstage and challenged one of the corner guys for the other guy. So I don't know if that's true, but something happened immediately after the fight, and I heard that it was Jason May.
Nothing physical. I can confirm that. Nothing physical happened.
Nothing physical, but it was about to turn physical, and Dana White wanted nothing to do with that, apparently. So, I mean, we'll talk about it.
And he was already apparently pissed about the entrance he did, which I really don't understand because it didn't make TV. The only people that saw it was the live house. But, yeah, he hates when people do that kind of stuff, which I don't get. Like, he hated that Roy Nelson had the big beard, but who cares? I mean, let the guys be themselves. Let them try and get over on the way they want to get over, and promote them. Don't tell them how to be. You know, that's just not right.
Hey, one last thing, man, and I don't know if you've heard this. I'm a big boxing fan. Paul Williams.
I haven't heard that. Are you really?
Paul.
I'm joking, dude. Yeah,
Paul Williams, you know who that is, right? He was in the
very tall, skinny guy, yeah.
Very tall, skinny black guy, right? He was in the super middleweight tournament that they recently had. He was involved in a motorcycle accident yesterday and is paralyzed from the waist down. Will never fight again and will be in a wheelchair for the rest of his life.
Are you serious? I did not hear that. Wow.
Yeah, that happened yesterday, man. And he had a
also Ariane Celeste. How about that? There's a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, no, that happened too, man.
She was a Playboy. They might care a little about that, you know.
Well, Dana White came out without even knowing the facts. Dana White came out and said, you know, Ariana's our little baby, blah 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 blah. And it's like, dude, you don't know the fact. You're talking about domestic assault right now, and here you are defending her, man. I mean, when you don't know the fact, it was kind of crazy, man. Then he came right out and said, well, we're gonna defend her. Well, you know, she's got a felony domestic assault on her hands, man. I don't know that, you know, I would be defending her, man, when all this stuff's going to play out in the media, and it's probably going to get worse. Obviously, it's going to get worse before it gets better. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Anyways, all right, Monday Night Raw from last night. Big show, big show, big show, big show.
You don't mean that it was a big show in the sense that it was a big show that you want to see. You mean Paul White, the big show.
A big fat dude who dominated that show last night, man. And I know what they're trying to do, man. I get it. It's, you know, and I put it up on Facebook, and everybody said, dude, why you knocking it, blah, blah. I get it. You know, I've been a pro wrestling fan for, 25 years, since I was 5, 6 years old. I get what they're trying to do. I get that they're trying to build him up as a monster heel that is just...
Again, they're trying to repackage him again and get people to take him seriously again, but what they don't realize is they've tried so many times and then made him look like a douchebag so many times that it's almost impossible for people to take him as a serious monster, you know?
Well, for internet fans,
they're doing a good job, you know.
For smart marks and internet fans that read, yeah, we know it's Big Show and he's whatever, dude. He's been corny for years, you know what I mean? But for the casual fans that watch, I mean, after Raw last night, all that was on your mind was Big Show, and then they ended the show where, you know, they hyped up a match earlier in the night with Big Show and Brodus Clay. All right, and throughout the night, you know, Big Show was back there and he destroyed Alex Riley. God, give Alex Riley a push. I'm begging you, man. I'm begging. Give that dude a push. He is the next big thing. I'm not saying he's a 5-star in-ring worker. I'm saying he's great on the microphone. And if you're great on the microphone, you can get over with the fans, and then you can worry about your in-ring work at a later. And he's not that bad in-ring.
Well, he's not bad in-ring. He's good on mic. And he's got the look. So he's got 2 of the 3 major ingredients. So he can be marketable just based on his look and his speaking ability. Wrestling, John Cena is their top guy, top draw. When's the last time you seen John Cena in a 5-star match?
Oh, come on, bro. Never.
Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure there's others. They'll prove me wrong. JBL and him had some good ones way back in it. But, yeah, he's not the prototypical in-ring worker, and he
Boy.
is the guy. So you can clearly sell merchandise, sell tickets, sell pay-per-views, and represent the entire company on your shoulders without being able to produce a 5-star match every time. And then you can also be Daniel Bryan, have 5-star matches, get over with the yes chant, all this and that, and still get treated like a douchebag. So
you're talking to an ROH and indie fan, and we're talking about WWE 5-star matches involving John Cena of all people, bro. I've never seen. I mean, come on, bro. It's very rare in WWE that you see a 5-star match. 5-star matches, I'll give something like Undertaker and Triple H at WrestleMania, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. Yeah, stuff like that, dude. But John Cena, I don't think I've ever seen him in a 5-star match, and I don't care.
I was defending your argument about Alex Riley, but the other thing, you said he's the next big thing. I'm starting to get on the Dolph Ziggler bandwagon a little bit, to be quite honest. If they treated him a little better, he could be the next big thing.
Did you hear what happened on Raw last night? He's going singles, man.
Is he finally? So they're going to do something with him now.
It looks. We're going to put this up on the website. As of right now, he's going to stay a heel, and the original plans.
He should be a heel for sure. Yeah.
Well, the original plans were obviously to do. I mean, they started it last week on Raw between Chris Jericho and Randy Orton, and the plan right now, and you're probably going to hear something about this at the SmackDown tapings tonight, is that and we'll put this up on the website. It's already written up, and we're going to put it up, but it's going to be Dolph Ziggler against Randy Orton. So Dolph Ziggler is going to be the guy that takes Chris Jericho's place at No Way Out. So we're probably going to have a match between Ziggler and Randy Orton.
That's great, and he's and heel. But like, even if they want him as a or you guys want him as a babyface, fans want him as a baby. Look at CM Punk. That's a good example. He was a heel forever, and eventually people wanted to like him so much that when they finally turned him, holy shit, did he blow up? Stone Cold Steve Austin, who was doing everything in his power to be the most hated guy in the company. The fans wanted to like him so much when they finally gave him a chance to like him. Holy shit. Dolph Ziggler, I'm not putting him in a class with CM Punk or Stone Cold, but keep him a heel. People want to love him so much. Keep making him a heel, and when they finally turn him, people are going to be embracing it so much that he might just hit a whole different level.
Well, I would say after they do the match with Randy Orton, unless they continue that feud, then it would go back to, he would probably make a face turn and face Jack Swagger to get, to basically, end that storyline where he's in that stable with Vicky Guerrero and Jack Swagger. So,
I would stay away from that. If he's going in the Orton spot, keep him in that class. Don't send him back to Swagger. Vicky Guerrero.
But you got to remember, he's only in the Orton spot. He's only in the Jericho spot with Orton right now. As soon as Jericho returns in 25 days from now, I would assume that Jericho goes back into a feud with Randy Orton. You're gonna continue that feud.
But move him on to somebody else big. Don't put him back down to where he was just because Jericho's
right.
Keep him where you're having him now.
Right, but you've got to. I'm not saying. You would take him up and put him in a match with Randy Orton, then you would backtrack him a little bit to finish the feud with Jack Swagger. I'm not saying multiple pay-per-views, but you would do. One pay-per-view and just kind of end the feud there, and then Dolph Ziggler would that would be his face turn, man. He would work a heel as Randy Orton, and then he would go back and face Jack Swagger, and then you would eventually have a face turn, and that's what they teased on Raw last night. So you've only got 2 or 3 weeks until No Way Out. You keep him as a heel, and you tease tension between him and Jack Swagger, and then after the match, Chris Jericho comes back, and you do the Jericho and the Orton feud, and then the way that you turn Ziggler, a face is to go back and have him defeat Jack Swagger, and that would be the way to do it, But
you have Orton's definitely going over Ziggler, I would assume. So when Jericho comes back, how about keep Ziggler in the mix? Go triple threat.
Well, you could do that too. You're right. You could go. I mean, there's multiple options that they could do, but I think eventually Ziggler's going to go face. I mean, they kind of teased that last night on Monday Night Raw, but. You've got to have somebody for Randy. I mean, Randy Orton's a big name, especially over on SmackDown, where he's got to have a pay-per-view match, and with Chris Jericho out, and not only that, man. But let me ask you guys in the chat room, as far as on paper, Chris Jericho versus Randy Orton, or Randy Orton versus Dolph Ziggler. What do you guys think's the better match? I mean, on paper, I think Ziggler versus Orton, great match. Both awesome in-ring workers. And Jericho, I mean, come on, Jericho and Orton. I mean, there's no doubt about that it could be a 5-star match. Just got done talking about that.
Well,
but I mean, what would be the better match?
You got to factor in star power too. Ziggler or Orton may have a better actual technical wrestling match than Jericho or Orton, which is not a guarantee. Because Jericho, come on, he's Jericho, and Orton is damn good too, especially when he's got a good opponent.
Right.
But the fact it's almost like a main event in a fight scene, UFC or boxing. You can have a great undercard fight that's clearly the fight of the night, but you're not as hyped as when, here's a good example, when Mayweather and
Cotto
went head-to-head with the UFC Fox show. Like I was telling you, you said like UFC more, blah, 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 and when Diaz-Miller was starting, I was like, does this feel like are you psyched and jacked right now? And you're like, not really. When it was over, it was like, cool, Diaz looked great, he won, we like Diaz, blah, 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 blah. And then I said, all right, now, remember how you felt just now. When Mayweather and Cotto walked in the ring, tell me if that feels like a big-ass match. Star power matters.
Oh, yeah.
So Jericho Orton, even if Ziggler Orton's a better match in the ring, Jericho Orton will feel bigger and better just because of the fact that it's two big stars.
Right. No, I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. You know what I mean? But you've also got to push Dolph Ziggler at some point. You know what I mean? I mean, this guy's the next big thing. You know he's the next big thing, man. People like him backstage.
Really?
I think so. Dolph Ziggler or Alex Riley. I mean, if you were to ask me two guys in WWE who I would think are the next big thing, it would be Dolph Ziggler and Alex Riley if they were given the opportunity. And Ziggler's right there, man.
Zack Ryder in there.
Zach, see, I don't know about Zach. I mean, a gimmick change for Zack Ryder, no doubt, but he would need a gimmick change.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes is another one.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes is another one. And look at Edge, though. Edge was fucking playing kazoos and 5-minute pose, 5-second pose. He was a douchebag goofball, and then he became the guy. And you were the one who said, look at him, he's about to be the guy.
Right.
Zack Ryder, in my opinion, could be the guy if they repackaged him.
Well, no doubt. If they got him out of the gimmick that he's in right now, no doubt, man, he probably could be a big star. It's the same thing with any of these guys that are in corny gimmick. I mean, you could take a guy like Santino Marella. He's good in the ring. He's a good in-ring worker. He's a great talker, but he's got that gimmick where he's never going to be a main event star unless they take him out of that gimmick, and there's no plans to do that. I mean, any of these guys could become big stars as long as they're a good talker and as long as they're a good in-ring worker, man. Santino's got that.
There's that intangible too. That it factor. I don't think Santino Marella has the it factor to be a star. Could he be taken a little more seriously if he wasn't such a goofball and get over a little more? I don't know, because he's as over as he's going to be.
Right.
With his, I think Zack Ryder. Chicken shit in the chicken salad, right?
Right.
He was given chicken shit, and he's making a chicken salad. I mean, before all the stuff where he made the B look like a douchebag with Eve Torres. Before all that, he was getting the crowd way behind him. Then the Eve Torres stuff, that should have killed him off. He still had the crowd way behind him.
Yeah, but
He's taking the crappiest of crap stuff and still getting way over. Now, if you
wait a minute.
Do it overnight,
Now wait a minute. Hold on. I don't mean to cut you off, dude, but we haven't seen Zack Ryder on Raw in almost 5 weeks, man, 6 weeks. So I mean, sure, he was over, and well, I mean, dude, it was like they tried, and when Ryder came to the ring, I don't think Ryder was over big time. I mean, Ryder in some arenas got barely no reaction, man. I mean, he came out and it was just the crowd was dead. So I don't think Ryder was over. I mean, they tried, they gave him a run, they tried it. And it didn't work. It didn't work.
Well,
we haven't seen.
How over is Alex Riley when he comes out? How over is Dolph Ziggler? I'm just saying, we're talking about potential. I think Zack Ryder has potential to be a top guy if they use him right and transition him into a serious character. Right?
Alex Riley was given one opportunity, and it was with The Miz. He was the sidekick of The Miz, and I thought he played that role.
He did a great job with it. What was he rewarded with?
Nothing. He got nothing, bro.
Exactly.
And you know what? And that's not. Listen, I'm not the one that judges talent. I'm not on the creative team. I'm not Vince McMahon who says, yo, this guy's got potential. If you have a guy with potential, and Zack Ryder, what? He was on television for in a main event storyline with John Cena and Eve Torres. He was on there for what, a month and a half, 2 months max, man. And then they took it. Yeah. Look at the storyline, but. If you don't, I mean, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a month. It's not going to happen in 2 months. You got to keep going with the guy. If you push him for 5 or 6 weeks and then take him off TV, it's like, what was the point of pushing this dude for the last couple of weeks? I mean, it's like they give up. It's like they give up on these people. Kofi Kingston, remember the thing with the NASCAR man? They give up on these guys too quick.
Yeah. And Christian, there's been many times where Christian could be the guy if they took him serious. But the Zack Ryder thing and being off for 5 weeks, I think, and this is giving the WWE way too much of the benefit of the doubt, but let's say they're trying to get the sour taste out of people's mouth about how they've been using them, and then when they finally bring him back, they'll be excited to see him, and if he's used in a different way or in a serious way, now all of a sudden, crowd's behind him, he's being used seriously, he could really transition into something special. Maybe.
Right. I will see, man. I mean, there's all these guys that, I mean, Zack Ryder, I think
they got talent, yeah.
They got talent, man. If me and you were on the creative team, listen, if I was on the creative team, I'm all about Alex Riley or Dolph Ziggler. I'm all about turning Dolph Ziggler a face, making him a major star, and running with it, man. But you can't turn the guy face, and if it doesn't work in the first 2 or 3 weeks, you take him off TV. You can't do that. You got to run with it, man. If you're gonna do it, run with it. Go with it for a couple months. You know, just don't give up immediately, man. It doesn't work in 4 or 5 weeks. Hey, we're gonna pull this guy off TV. Same thing with Alex Riley, man. I mean, if you were to take the guy and have him go out there on a weekly basis and cut a promo, that guy would be over like Rover, bro. And you know it. Alex Riley's gold on the microphone. You saw it last night in a Big Show segment backstage. That dude had more charisma in that promo than half the guys on the WWE roster. Give the dude a chance, man. But every time we see him backstage walking in the hallway or getting destroyed by Big Show last night. You know, I mean, you got to build these talents up, man. Big Show's up there, man, in age, right? He's got to be pushing 40, if not over 40. He's not going to be there.
Over 40.
Yeah. Right. And you're making this guy a main event star? I mean, come on, dude. Use a guy like Ziggler. Use a guy like Riley. The future of WWE where you can build these guys up, man. Big Show's not going to be there forever. Triple H, The Undertaker. These guys ain't going to be there forever, man. So use the guys that you got right now and take a chance, you know?
They're going Big Show Cena, right?
They're going Big Show Cena, yeah, with stipulation.
It seems to be repair mode. Ever since they had Cena job to Rock, it's like, all right, now let's have him go over Brock. Then what do we got next? Shit, we got nothing. All right, let's do the Laurinaitis thing, have him do that. All right, now what can we do? Let's get Big Show back as a monster. Cena will beat him, obviously.
Right.
They're just trying to keep Cena in the pit. They're trying to re-energize Cena because I think in their minds they built a whole year into Cena Rock. Cena should have went over, he didn't, and now it's like, well, fuck, we got to get him back. And even though he never really lost face, he's still a good guy.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, we got to really, really focus on making sure he stays the guy. Which, if they want to do that, guess what? Turn him heel. That's it.
You know what's crazy, bro? And I feel so bad for the guy. Lord Tensai, or they call him Tensai now, bro. He was a major star, Giant Bernard over in Japan, right? A huge star, a main event star over there, all right? They come to him and they say, hey, man, John Laurinaitis goes to him. You know, John Laurinaitis is big over in Japan, knows the talent over there. And they say to this guy, hey, we're going to bring you back and we're going to put you in a storyline with John Cena, a main event storyline. You know where he was on Raw last night? On Superstars, man. He worked this dude came in, remember
the dark match after, right?
After the show, right? He worked a dark match, but wasn't on TV last night, was on Superstars, right? This poor dude. I mean, and that's what it is, dude. They promise you something, okay? WWE will come to, they'll promise you something. Yeah, we're definitely going to do this with you, blah, 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 blah. They con him. It's basically they con him into signing a contract, and then plans are constantly changing, and you're fucked, man. You're under contract now. We can do whatever we want with you, and you can't do a damn thing about it. That poor dude, man, if he was still in Japan, he's a megastar over there. And in Japan, pro wrestling is just like it is, even bigger than in the United States, where he's out there working in front of 15,000, 20,000 fans a night. I guarantee you, man, and he may not say this.
The money's probably better for him. The travel schedule probably way less excruciating. Yeah, I think that he thought, they probably gave him the speech, you're going to be the moon and the stars, and he ended up being, I can't think of an analogy, the cheese on the moon or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and somebody in the chat, Ryan Clark's biggest fan, says the only reason I'm complaining is because he beat Alex Riley in the dark match last night, or the Superstars match. But no, that has nothing to do with it. Bernard or A-Train or whatever you want to call him, man. I mean, dude, he may not say this.
Albert.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Yeah, I mean, he may not say this, but you know damn well that he is so pissed off, dude. He's like, what the fuck, dude? I'm promised something, they get me under contract, and now look at me, I'm on Superstars, dude. Get the fuck, you know what I mean, dude? I don't know. Anyways, let's get into Monday Night Raw, man. We got about 20 minutes to do it. Then we're gonna come back to talk Chris Jericho and let you know the deal behind that. And you know, it's a big deal out in Brazil, and people don't seem to be getting that on the internet. I mean, I had to tell people over and over, and it's not a work, guys. It's not a work, and people still don't want to believe it. But anyways, you'll see in 25 days from now, you know, he won't show up before then, so you'll be able to find out eventually. So Big Show comes out on Raw, right? And basically, we talked about this earlier, dude. He cuts this crazy promo, and you know, these guys, Brodus Clay was out there dancing the right after the Big Show returned, and he said that, you know, he's got an ironclad contract where basically he can do whatever he wants, and he doesn't have to, you know, he won't be fired. It just went on and on and on and on, and he said, you know, at the next pay-per-view, No Way Out, he's going to defeat John Cena. It's as boring as it sounds, man. Nobody came out to save the segment. He just ranted and ranted and ranted and ranted. It was just way overdone, you know. But you got to have that long segment to open Raw. I mean, they've always done that 20-minute segment to open Monday Night Raw. So we had that. Then we had Alberto Del Rio defeated Santino Marella. This was pretty much a complete squash. They had, Ricardo Rodriguez was out there and doing the thing, rolling the tongue after it was over. Alex Riley, this is where he showed up backstage. He was basically talking to Eve Torres, telling her, you know, how great of a job she did. And it was basically about to start hitting on her, you know what I mean? And Big Show showed up, and Riley was, you know, listen, dude, I agree with what you did. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Riley basically said, you know, I agree with what you did, and I would have done the same thing. And, you know, he got all nervous thinking, you know, Big Show was going to pick him as his opponent later on tonight. And Big Show said, yo, man, chill out. You know what I mean? I'm not going to pick you as my opponent, but, you know, I got a problem with you. Or he's not going to pick him in a match, but he had a message. He wanted to send a message to the locker room, and then took Riley and squashed him into a wall backstage, and that was that. You know what I mean? It was just Big Show. I mean, you had Big Show in the opening segment. You had all these backstage segments with Big Show, you know? You had Kofi Kingston and R-Truth defeated Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler to retain the tag team titles. This is a good match for what it was. Ziggler was pissed off afterwards because Swagger went for the pin, and Ziggler got all pissed off and walked to the back. And then they followed that up, you know, with an angle on Twitter last night. You had another segment backstage, dude. It was Big Show with Santino Marella. Man, the two guys that Alex Riley and Santino Marella, the two guys that I say, yo, push these dudes. Give them a gimmick change and push these dudes. And they both get squashed backstage by the Big Show. Whatever. Anyways, Brodus Clay eventually came up and said, you know, I heard you called me out earlier tonight, and why don't you pick me for the main event match later tonight? And Big Show eventually agreed and said, you know, do you really want to do this? And Clay said, bring it on, you know. So we had our main event set for later in the night, Big Show against Brodus Clay. Makes sense, right? Two big guys.
It makes sense, but I guess they're done with Clay, because I'm sure Clay was getting. I don't even want to know because I don't know, but probably got squashed, or at least something close to that. I'm sure Big Show didn't do a lot of selling in that match.
None was it, and you know what?
Exactly.
Well, I mean, we'll talk about it right now, man, and because we're eventually going to get to it. But during the main event, you had, you know, the two of them one-on-one, and it was a complete squash. And eventually, Kofi Kingston and R-Truth came out for the save, and Big Show destroyed everybody, man. I mean, he took the announce booth and hit him with that, and there were chair shots and things like that. I think there were chair shots in that, but or no, that was the Daniel Bryan CM Punk match, I believe. But anyways, he just basically destroyed him, man, to end Raw last night. And then WWE.com came out with the fake injury angles that they do. It seems like you guys notice that every single week, man. Now there's an injury on Raw where WWE.com puts an article up. This guy's got a sprain. This guy's got this. This guy's got this, and they've got like a fake doctor or somebody that they say doctor says this. He's gonna be out for 6 weeks. Well, last night it was what was it? Brodus Clay had a concussion. R-Truth and Kofi Kingston. They were injured as well. Everybody got injured last night. There were 3 injuries. It's great. I mean, Big Show defeated these 3 guys, basically killed them to end Monday Night Raw last night, and then WWE comes out and says all 3 of them suffered some sort of injury. You know what I mean? It's every single week, dude, where somebody's getting injured. You know, I don't know.
It sounds like they're trying way too hard to get Big Show over as a monster, but I haven't seen it, so I really should watch it before I comment.
Yeah,
I'm leaving a lot of this to you.
It was all Big Show, bro. I mean, he destroyed Riley backstage. He took out Santino backstage. He took out everybody in the main event. It was Big Show. He cut the opening promo. It was all Big Show, dude.
Sometimes less is more, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, and listen, man. I mean, the whole point of last night's Raw was when Raw ended last night, to get the casual fans to think this guy is a legit monster, and who's gonna stop him?
For the new generation of fans, yeah, and get Big Show ready for Cena for what was it, No Way Out?
And then
Elimination Chamber, what is it?
No Way Out, and they announced the stipulation for that match. It's gonna be a cage match, and local advertising has John Laurinaitis at ringside, so you'll have, I don't know. I mean, they're gonna build. I mean, hopefully, if they're gonna build Big Show up as a monster heel that nobody can beat, you would think Cena, and they're probably gonna have Cena go in there and defeat him, which would kill the whole thing that they're doing, man.
That's what I was about to say. The Brock Lesnar thing is way worse than what this would be, but the fact that they're having Big Show decimate the whole roster, and then in his first real match he loses, in a cage with no excuses, it's like, all right, so you just wasted. I mean, you don't need to help. Cena could lose the next 10 pay-per-views in a row. He's still going to be the top guy. I don't know why they feel the need to ruin their roster to get people as legit opponents for Cena, and then just have Cena beat him and then move on, to the next thing.
You said it best, man. John Cena could lose pay-per-view matches for the next 2 years, man, and he would still be that number 1 guy in WWE right now, man. But that John Cena will go out there at No Way Out, and oh my God, he overcame all the odds, blah blah blah. This is the only guy that can defeat the Big Show. He's taken out everybody else. John Cena to the rescue, hey, you know what I mean? Hopefully they don't do that, man. Hopefully Big Show gets a clean win here, and they continue trying to build this dude up as a major monster. That but that's not. I mean, there's 3 weeks, right? There's 3 weeks going into the pay-per-view, I believe, 2 or 3 weeks. So for the next 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to see the same thing from Big Show. He's going to go out there, he's going to have squash matches, he's going to destroy people, he's going to injure people, and then the pay-per-view comes around, and what happens? It all means nothing. It all means nothing because Super Cena comes out there and defeats him.
Super Cena, I like it.
It's just, I don't know, dude. Hopefully they don't do that, man. If they go with the Big Show, I'm all for it, man. But if they have John Cena come out there and defeat him, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Get out of here. Everybody knows that's going to happen. Don't make it predictable, man. Or continue the feud, man. Have the Big Show win this pay-per-view, and then at the next pay-per-view, what's the next pay-per-view? Elimination Chamber after that?
Is it really SummerSlam? No?
SummerSlam's in August. So you've got...
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll have to be... Okay.
Yeah, it'd be the Elimination Chamber, and then you've got SummerSlam. Continue the feud, man, for a couple of months, and let Big Show get a couple wins under his belt, and then, there you go. Then eventually have John Cena or somebody else defeat the Big Show. You know what I mean? And that would put over that...
Somebody,
yeah, somebody. You know what I mean? It's Money in the Bank. I'm sorry, guys. It's Money in the Bank that comes after.
Yes.
We just had Elimination Chamber. It happened a couple months ago in, January or February? Yeah, no doubt. Guys, get to our live chat room, WZROnline.com. /chat, WZROnline.com/chat. What we got? What we got out here? You got somebody cutting down trees? You guys hear that? Can you hear that? Anyways.
I don't hear anything.
Okay. Anyways, people are cleaning up. The cleanup begins, man. You know what? You know what happened to me today, man? I've been looking at houses.
What happened to you today?
I've been looking at houses, man. Houses. I've been looking.
Move?
I'm on the move, dude. I'm looking at legit houses. I'm looking at buying a house. You know what I mean, dude? A house, not renting an apartment. Looking at buying a house. So I was out there and I was looking at one with a realtor on a lake, and I like it. I like it a lot. I just need some things to fall into place.
You got a yard for Reggie?
It's a little yard, man, but it's got a dock and it's got a lake in the back, and it's a nice little house. You know what I mean? It's a house on a lake. It's not a camp or anything like that. But it's a nice place, man. It's got It's got 3 bedrooms. You know what I mean? I got people staying with me. So, anyways, but before that, my lease is up here, so I've got to go to a new apartment. Well, I found an apartment complex that has an in-ground pool, has tennis courts, has an in-ground basketball court the size of a high school gym. It's got walking trails. It's got all this stuff. So I went over there today. I got my credit check. I was approved. And I'll be moving on July 1st, man. I'm moving into... It's a beautiful place. I'll put some photos up on Facebook. So it's a nice place.
That's crazy, because I'm going to be moving right around July 1st. My birthday's July 9th, so I goddamn better have it situated by then. I'm going to be one miserable prick. But I'm right around the same time I'll be moving. And I'm actually looking into a house, too, but it's a foreclosure home. I'm not as rich as you, so... Yeah.
Yo, a house is a house, man. But I'm going to be moving into this apartment complex for the time being, man. And it is beautiful. I mean, this thing is awesome, dude. With an in-ground pool, everything's great. I talked to the landlord today. It's a big apartment complex. I mean, there's hundreds of apartments in this place. She's just a really, really nice lady, awesome lady. So, and then I came back here. And as I'm coming back, man, I'm looking behind me the whole time in the car, dude, and I'm like, Jesus, man, the sky is black, man, behind me, and the thing's following me home the whole way, and I'm like, we are going to get It turned pitch black at about 4 o'clock, and then I look behind, and
Hey, can you hold on 1 second? Something serious is happening.
Yeah, no doubt. Anyways, the entire sky turned green. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. It was like an ominous green glare to the sky. I couldn't believe it, man. I'm thinking, what in the hell is going on? And then that thing roared through, man, and it was I've never seen anything like that, man. I mean, it was the biggest thunderstorm I've ever seen in my life. It was just crazy.
Well, why don't you try and come down and hang out in Jacksonville with me? You'll see some thunderstorms you would never believe.
I know. You guys get them bad down there. I mean, for the fact that we had tornado...
We have something that's called hurricane season every year. Need I say more?
You just got hit with a hurricane. What, Hurricane Beryl, was it? Is that the name? Right?
A tornado, supposedly. But either way, yeah, we have a whole season dedicated to hurricanes.
They said...
winter...
They said that we had 3 confirmed tornadoes that touched down in New York today, and for anybody that lives in New York or knows anything about being in the Northeast, we don't get tornadoes up here. We just don't get tornadoes. You guys get them out in the Midwest. You
guys get blizzards and shit, not tornadoes. Yeah.
Well, we get the big snowstorms and the nor'easters that come up in the. I mean, we get You used to live up here. You used to live up here, man. We get blasted with snow up here.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I mean.
And I remember when I first moved there, it was a big national power outage. Like they hit damn near the whole fucking state of New York. So. Right.
No, it was pretty cool. I mean, I've never seen it. I mean, 3 confirmed tornadoes on the ground today in New York. It's unbelievable. It's unheard of, man, in New York. So, anyways, all right. What else? We got about 5 minutes before we go to the break. Daniel Bryan beat CM Punk in a match last night on Raw. Rematch from the pay-per-view. The No Way Out pay-per-view. Not No Way Out. Over the Limit. Pay-per-view. I thought it was a great match, and they gave it time, man. Couple commercial breaks. All the matches on Raw last night. I mean, the tag team match was good with Kofi Kingston and R-Truth and Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler. You had CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. That's always a good match, no matter what. And Christian defeated The Miz. Which was okay, I mean, it was a wrestling heavy show last night. Christian hit the kill switch and a frog. The frog splash was weak by Christian. I don't know. It didn't look good. Backstage, John Laurinaitis, was pissed off at David Otunga for tapping so fast at John Cena the week before, and he's pissed off at Eve Torres for not getting an apology from Sheamus. God, they showed a kid in the audience last night, man. I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years old. Dude, a Sheamus lookalike. Had the sideburns, had everything to a T, man. I gotta find a photo of that for you to put up on the website, dude. This little kid was Sheamus Jr. to a T, bro. Everything, man.
Was he shown like on camera prominently? Because I can find one tomorrow.
He was shown for a brief minute on camera. The announcers, it was brief enough where the announcers acknowledged it and said, "Oh, look at this little guy, look at this little Sheamus Jr. right here," you know. But it was cute, man. It was
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, no doubt. I need a mugshot from you too, man. But I know I'll get it up tonight. We had Jillian Hall was arrested. We put that up on the website, and I got the mugshot photo, and she's a mess. No makeup, no nothing. You can tell she's been crying. Same thing with Ariane. We got her mugshot, and she's crying, and she's a mess. Both of them, man. Jillian Hall's I don't know. I mean, neither of them look good. It's a mugshot. You don't expect them to look good after a night of drinking or what. I mean, that's what happens.
I can't imagine Ariane Celeste not looking good, no matter what.
No, she looks all right, man, but it's not the, you know...
You could bathe in dog shit for a week straight, and I would still probably have her in my top 10, so...
I got nude photos of Ariana.
I know, she was in Playboy.
No, not the Playboy photo. She's out suntanning on a deck or something like that, man.
Ooh, I haven't seen those. You gotta let me see them.
Yeah, man, they're good ones. You guys want to see them? You gotta give me a minute. I can upload them real quick.
Oh, you gotta, yeah. You know me, I love little brunettes with big tits.
You're
one of those.
You're not near a computer, though, are you?
I won't have a computer till tomorrow, no.
Oh. I can upload them. You gotta bear with me, though. You want me to do it?
Do it during the commercial.
All right, we'll do that. Yeah, I'll upload them, no doubt. Don't get me in trouble, though. I'll upload them to an open folder, so there's no ads or anything like that. I can't get in trouble.
Yeah, and then just delete it when, yeah.
All right, I'll do it during the break, and then we'll come back. We're gonna do SmackDown spoilers during the break. I got a lot to do during the break, so we'll do that. I mean, Monday Night Raw. Did I leave anything out? We had
overall school letter grade.
If you like wrestling, it was a good show. If you don't like the Big Show, you were not satisfied at all, man. I mean, it was all Big Show. I got to do rapid fire too, man. You guys are right. All right, hold on a minute. I got so much going on during the break. All right.
Well, for the time being, while he's setting up the rapid fire, let's get everybody in the chat room. I can't read them, so he'll have to tell me when he gets back. School letter grade A, B, C, D, F. Last night's Raw. What'd you think? According to Ryan, if you like wrestling, it's a good show. If you don't like Big Show, it's a bad show. I didn't see it, so I can't vote, but I've heard mixed reviews, so it'll be interesting to see what you guys think. Rapid fire, though.
All right.
What you need to do is on the commercial break, you head over to my man's Facebook account, facebook.com/Ryan Clark WZR. Top posters say something along the lines of submit rapid fire stuff. All you got to do is put a quick question, quick comment, and we will answer them in rapid fire style in hour number 2.
Ryan Clark's biggest fan, F-. Evil Brady, D+, you sons of bitches, motherfucker.
That'll never die. That'll never die.
A lot of C's, man. A lot of C's in the check.
An average show. All right.
Yeah, it was average. I mean, it was Big Show heavy. You know, it was wrestling heavy and it was Big Show heavy. So if you like the Big Show,
you said Big Show's heavy? No shit.
Big Show's heavy. There you go. No doubt. What are we playing during the break? You want some corn? You want some? What do you want?
Play the Big Show thing. Shit.
I don't have. Jesus, they've heard enough.
Got a little YouTube going on. You go to www.youtube.com. You do Big Show and I'm just killing time for you. Yeah. But again, one more time to plug rapid fire. We need as many as we can get. We try to be interactive with you. We want your calls. We want your rapid fire. We got an email set up. But the facebook.com/Ryan Clark WZR is where you want to be. Rapid fire. Call in number 518-712-307. I'll start making calls in about 10 minutes. And he'll give you the email if he's still doing that nonsense. But yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So on that note, we'll do Big Show, and then we'll do the corn theme, and then we'll come back. We're gonna do SmackDown spoilers up on WZROnline.com here in just a couple minutes, and the rapid fire segment is at Facebook.com/Ryan Clark WZR. You're listening to WZR Radio with Matty Boone and Ryan Clark. We'll be back right after this. We're back for I can't give you the chorus. We're here. Here we are. Anyways, I don't know if Matt Boone's here or not, but
I'm here. Of course I'm here.
What's up, man? You ready for hour number 2?
I'm a total professional. I'm ready for hour number 2. Let's do this shit.
Did you like how I killed the chorus right there?
I wasn't listening, man.
That's the part that I played Van Halen right now, and everybody waits for the chorus. Right now! Wah, wah, wah. Made them wait for the chorus, and then here we are.
You cock-blocked them musically, I got it.
I cock-blocked them musically. Yeah, buddy. All right, here we go. WZROnline.com /chat. Doesn't sound that good on the telephone or whatever phone you're on. But anyways, WZROnline.com /chat. You can get there. Lots and lots of people, as always, in there tonight. So, what do you want to talk about first? I guess...
I want to talk about how miserably hot it is in here and how much I can't wait for this show to be over so I can go back in front of the air conditioner. I'm in the back room so you don't hear the baby crying.
I have an air conditioner going right... I have an air conditioner going right now. Get it?
Kiss my ass. Right now! Come on!
Yeah, anyway, so I got the AC going in the back. It's hot here, too. Actually, that thunderstorm came through and cleared things out big time, man. It was pretty bad earlier. You know, humidity, dew points, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, live callers already? Let's take one. Screw it. This is the only one. Then hold off. Then we got to get into some stuff. So this is it. Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
I just want to know when you think Ric Flair will return Raw.
Good question. Ric Flair.
I mean, you said he quit TNA, right?
He's done with TNA.
Wow.
And I think they want Flair more for the WWE network. You know what I mean? To do promotional work for that once and if it actually launches in either late 2012 or early 2013. I just feel like if Oprah, and this is going to sound, whatever. If Oprah can't make a network work, Vince McMahon can't make a network work. Oprah's got
Howard Stern can. It's different, man. It depends.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you got to look at the demographics. WWE fans, are they even... I mean, the demographic skews lower as far as ages. I'm not sure too many WWE hardcore fans even have the ability to order a pay channel without their parents' permission. Oprah fans don't have that concern. Howard Stern fans don't have that concern. So WWE, it's an interesting test. But didn't you say that fans that there might never even be a network?
It may never even get off the ground. Can I ask you?
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest for you guys with this. And listen, I'm not dissing anybody. I mean, last week, listen, all right? I had a guy who requested a 4X or 5X T-shirt. There's nothing wrong with that. I got an email from the guy after we went off the air, and he said, you just lost a fan for making fun of me, making fun of my weight. I didn't make fun of your weight, bro. All I said was that you needed...
I probably did.
A 4X or a 5, and I got an email, and he said, you lost a fan. I don't poke fun at anybody, man. If you live in a trailer, I don't care, man. You got a roof over your head, man. It's better than nothing. You're in a trailer right now, man. You got a roof over your head.
I'm in a trailer right now, and I used to weigh 300 pounds, so I don't know, whatever.
I don't judge anybody, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be stereotypical for a second. All right, Oprah fans are, the mid-class. I mean, of course, she's got, for all different ages, all different whatever, man. Demographics.
Her fans are 40-year-old women.
Right, and they live in houses and they live in, it's the mid-class with Oprah, and they've got the money to go and spend on a network. And this is where I get into stereotypical stuff. Pro wrestling fans often, and let's be honest, a lot of pro wrestling fans, I'm not saying everybody, and a lot of you people in the chat room, but a lot of us don't have a lot of money, you know what I mean, when it comes to pro wrestling. And if they say, hey, you're going to have to pay $10 or $20 a month for this network, a lot of pro wrestling fans aren't going to have that money to throw down. And I feel like if Oprah has a network, and not only that, I mean, I guess Oprah's got an OWN network right now, and hers is free, okay? It's free. I can turn on OWN right now on cable TV and not pay a dime and watch all the crap that she's...
It's everything but Oprah. Like, they got the backstage stuff they do. Like what are these doing? First-run programming with their stars. Oprah's putting on, like, fucking her friend Gail King or, Dr. Phil.
Right,
she's not putting on the Oprah show. If she did that, I think it'd be a different story.
Right, but it's failing miserably in the ratings, and it's a network for Oprah and for women. A lot of women watch the OWN network, and it's failing miserably in ratings. And Oprah has a hell of a... When she had her TV show just a year or two ago, she had a hell of a lot bigger rating than Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, NXT, all that stuff combined. She had more people that watched her show on a daily basis than what watch Raw on a weekly basis. And if Oprah can't make a network work on free TV with at least 4 times, 5 times the amount of traffic that WWE gets, I don't see, and not only that, but WWE's going to make you pay. I don't think it's going to fail miserably, man. If Oprah can't do it on free television, WWE can't do it with a lesser fan base and making people pay for the product. It's not going to work, man. It's just not going to. I mean, they're going to try it. They're going to try it.
You never know. Howard Stern's making people pay for radio, not even TV, and he's got them paying in droves. Oprah also had a Sirius XM agreement, and guess what? She didn't get fucking 2 sign-ups. Nobody paid to hear Oprah's radio show. That's not what he does. Howard Stern does. He's got the Howard TV On Demand. That's one of the popular on-demand channels. It depends on the audience. It's an interesting experiment. If they do it, do I think it'll be profitable? No, unless
you're comparing,
they go the route that
you're comparing radio. You're comparing radio and TV. Two completely different things.
I'm comparing paid subscription. I said Howard TV On Demand. His on-demand channel. That's one of the more popular on-demand buys. But wasn't originally the plan like, all right, maybe WrestleMania will be only available on the WWE Network. Now that's going to drive a ton of buys. How many people would stick around after?
Yeah, for that month. Yeah, for that 1 month, like you said, and then exactly like you said, how many people are going to stick around after? No, people are going to pay for the WWE Network, and not only that, but there's got to be some stipulation, because if the WWE Network is only $10 a month, and you got to pay $50 for WrestleMania on TV, of course everybody's going to order the WWE Network and say, hey, I can get WrestleMania for $10 a month right now, and then I'll cancel my subscription, and I save $40 on the pay-per-view if I had bought it that way. So there's got to be some stipulation that WWE puts into place where if you sign up, you've got to be here for 6 months. You have to have a 3-month
subscription to get WrestleMania, something like that.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, shit, it might not even happen, like we said, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, my honest opinion, it may get off the ground and they may try it, but it's not going to work. In the long run, it's going to fail miserably in the long run. That's just
What has been his track record? Anything he's done other than pay-per-views,
the XFL,
live events,
the XFL,
and television,
the XFL,
the XFL, the Bodybuilding Federation, there's been a lot of things he did. He was going to get an MMA a few years ago. Like anything outside of what he does usually just doesn't work.
It doesn't.
But this is wrestling. It's just a different approach. So it's interesting.
So do you think it works? Do you think? I mean, let's say he gets it off the ground. Does it work?
I can't say because I don't know what programming they're going to be making available. I don't know, what if this is going to be available, that's going to be available, how, like, if they do a Legends House, how many episodes do you get? Is the Legends House good? What else do you get besides Legends? I don't know what they're offering, so I can't say, but this a shot in the dark yet? No, it doesn't work. It fails. It fails miserably, actually.
Yeah.
And they lose a lot of money.
I agree 100% with that. All right, let's get into the big news, and then we'll take your live phone calls. We're just going to touch base, on the Brock Lesnar stuff, and then I promise you guys I'll pick up your phone calls, see you guys calling in right now, and we'll get to you guys. We'll do the rapid-fire segment. Even if we run a little bit late, I'll stick around and do the rapid-fire if you got to get going. But I'll be here. Anyways, and Boone probably will too. So, look, Brock Lesnar, run it down for the people, man. You know more about this than I do, so run it down.
I know bits and pieces. I don't know the beginning to the end story, but basically, it started. He told Dana White, "I wanna come to the UFC, but keep it quiet, okay? Don't let the story get out." Which Dana did, because Dana asked Brock in the past to keep stuff quiet, and Brock always did. So he honored him back. What it turned out to be was he didn't want to just come see the show. He wanted to have a meeting with Dana White, and the clip you played for me of Dana at the press conference seeming very happy, like, oh, yeah, maybe he might be fighting, that was before the meeting. Mm-hmm. All he knew at that point was Brock was not just there to see the show. He had a meet. Basically,
can I stop you for a second? Can I say?
Go ahead, man.
You just brought up the press conference where Ariel Helwani asked him point blank why Brock Lesnar was at the pay-per-view. And for those that haven't heard it yet, let me just play this for them, and then we'll get back into it. So here's Dana White. Here's Dana White at the UFC 146 post-fight press conference, and he was asked directly about Brock Lesnar.
People were very surprised to see Brock Lesnar. He wasn't a guy who would come to fights when he was a member of the UFC.
You got that right?
What was he doing here?
Yeah. I don't know. Apparently now he's a big fan.
Is there anything more to that?
Yeah.
Anything that you'd like to share?
No. He was here. I mean, I think that says it all.
Is there a chance that he may come back?
Possibly, yeah.
See?
So you've talked to him about this?
No.
You're just hoping that he'll come back.
When I do, I'll let you know.
Okay.
All right.
Fair enough.
How did it come about that Brock Lesnar ended up here? Did you call and say, hey, I want to go to the fight?
Yeah, he texted me and said, I want to come to the fight. Keep it quiet. Don't tell anybody. I said, okay.
How long ago? Like just in the last couple of days, or?
No, I don't know. A week ago? A week and a half ago?
So what are the chances of this guy coming back? I mean, what did he say otherwise?
That's it. Exactly what he texted me. He said, what are you doing tonight? I'm doing a press conference. I want to talk face to face. So, okay.
You think you'll chat with him tonight, later tonight, or?
Yeah, I'm going to talk to him tonight. Yep.
So do you think
you never know with him. He might want to come back. He might just want to hang out.
Well, what are your thoughts? Assuming he does want to come back, assuming that's what he wants to talk about. I mean, didn't have the greatest finish, but obviously a big moneymaker, a big draw. What are your thoughts on it?
I still think Brock Lesnar's, one of the top guys in the heavyweight division. Is he in the top 5? I don't know.
Would you allow Brock to do that if he did want to come back?
I don't know.
Maybe towards the idea.
I don't know. We got to talk and see what's going on.
What are your
All right, so that was Dana White at the UFC 146 post-fight press.
So a little bit of the backstory on that is, like I said, all the stuff you just heard, at that point, all Dana White knew was, like he said, he wanted tickets, he wanted to be at the event, and he told Dana he wanted to talk to him about business in a private meeting after this. Okay, they get to the meeting. Details are really not out on that, but we can say this much. He's not fighting. Not anytime soon, maybe never, but he's not fighting.
But he's open to it.
So basically, what's that?
But he's open to it. He's open to a UFC return.
He made Dana White think that he's open to it. What's going on is, I think the body weight came in for Extreme Rules. It shit the bed. Brock Cena did not draw anywhere near what they had hoped for, and it's their own fault. They threw Brock out the first shitty pay-per-view that was not a big-name pay-per-view in a match that was not, it was built well, I guess, but his first match should have been after 3 months of build or something, like something huge. People are dying for it.
Yeah.
But anyways, what happens is Dana White has the meeting, and then after the meeting, it's pretty much he's completely softened up on the idea that he'll even fight. So basically, this is what becomes speculation. Brock Lesnar is not happy with WWE right now. He's not happy with the deal, and I think he's trying to get WWE to sweeten the deal. I think he's trying to show WWE, hey, you guys jobbed me in my first match. You're not doing with me what you kind of told me you were going to do with me. I'm letting you guys know I don't need this. I'm not John Cena. I'm not I'm not going to go do shitty movies like The Marine, and that's my only. I could go to UFC and make 10 times more money than I make in WWE if I want, but he doesn't want to. He's got enough money. He doesn't have to do anything. He's basically playing each side against the other just to get more out of WWE. If it's just getting used better to get more money, something like this. He basically wanted to work, and it could even be as simple as the firing angle. Brock Lesnar got fired or whatever, quit, whatever the hell it was. Maybe it was to make that seem more realistic, kind of like when Undertaker Brock Lesnar shot that angle without the UFC knowing back when Brock beat Shane Carwin.
All right, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Just to be clear, this is not a work between WWE and UFC. Brock.
No, they're not. This would be Brock working both of them, and neither one of them having any idea.
No, that's what I'm trying to explain to the people. That this is all Brock. WWE did not know that Brock was going to attend UFC 146. They had no idea. UFC didn't know. Well, Dana White knew the week before, where he basically said, "Yo, can you get me some tickets, but keep this thing
Yeah.
quiet?" And then when I show up, so you're right. You are exactly what you just said is money. You're right on the ball with that. We're neither company. It's not a work. You didn't see WWE mention that. Oh, Brock showed up at UFC 146, and you haven't seen UFC play in. And UFC is a legit company. Wrestling is scripted. All right. UFC is not going to play into or cross promote with WWE or UFC. And I don't.
They won't cross promote, but Dana White, and sorry to interrupt you, Dana White in the past when he had Brock on a contract, absolutely before he had Brock.
Mm-hmm.
If you're UFC, you're not doing wrestling.
Right.
Once he was in UFC and was their mega draw, you're still not doing wrestling. You're either fighting or you're wrestling, one or the other. Now
he softened up.
Completely willing to let him do both, just because he realizes we're not doing any million pay-per-view buys unless you get a mega Silver Sun and 2, and even that might not do it, which I think it will. But Brock's the only guaranteed million pay-per-view buys kind of draw.
But
so it's basically Brock Lesnar playing each side against the other and trying to just see business-wise, if he's a smart businessman, how he could play this to his benefit.
Now you say, all right, we know that Dana White is, like you said, man, he's never, it's either UFC or WWE, Brock, one or the two, man. You pick or you choose. You know what I mean? You pick and choose.
Yeah.
Now he's softened up, right? And we know that he would let Brock work in WWE. And he would let him, would Vince do that?
Before you switch subjects, though,
the question is, would Vince...
Okay, you can do both. Now, would Vince take the chance of letting him fight in a real fighting, and you need months to train, you could get very injured in a fight and not be able to wrestle, would Vince be willing to let him fight and stay under his WWE deal and do wrestling? I don't know about that one.
Well, and wait a minute.
As long as Brock doesn't get hurt or miss, it only helps WWE because now Brock is back in the limelight in UFC. He's back to being the big, it could be good if he is.
Well,
it's
Brock,
not going to happen. He's not doing both.
Brock has also got limited dates with WWE on a 1-year contract that he signed. He's only got, he only had 30 to 40 dates, and he's already used up at least 5 or 10 of them, right? Probably close to that.
But
so
he gets to pick when he does them.
Right. But there would be an opportunity for him to take 3 months off at a time with his WWE contract the way that it's structured. There would be an opportunity for him to take that time off and train for a fight, and then come back, during WrestleMania time or Royal Rumble or something like that.
If Vince agrees to it,
right? That's
what if they want him for something in that 3-month time? Well, shit, you're going to be training for 3 months to a fight. What if you get hurt in the fight and then you're out for 6 months with like a torn ACL or something? We can't use you for the rest of the year. You just screwed up our whole fucking year.
Right.
It's very risky, but it's not going to happen. Let's just put it this way: Brock's not fighting in 2012.
Vince won't allow it. Dana has softened up to it, but I don't think Vince would allow it. I just don't.
It's not as big of a risk for Dana. Brock. The chances of Brock getting hurt in WWE versus the chances of him getting hurt in a fucking real street fight, in a cage or in training where a lot of people get injured. How many times do you see injury replacements? Vanderlei Silva, Vitor Belfort, we were just talking about. There's a ton of them. A million examples. Too many names. It's not going to it's basically all business. It's Brock Lesnar playing the business game. And you're not going to see him fight this year. He's not happy in WWE already. That's very clear, and that's a shoot.
Right.
But, yes, it was business. There's no cross-promotion, nothing like that.
All right, one quick
right now.
One quick call, and then we're going to move on to Chris Jericho. Caller, you're live on WZR Radio.
That's the Brock story. Okay, call it.
Caller, what's up?
Hi, this is Richie from New Jersey.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. This is WZR Online, talking about wrestling, UFC.
Yes, it is, man.
Hey, how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. Yeah, I want to talk about TNA. I'm a big TNA fan. I think TNA's falling apart, man.
Yeah. With Dixie Carter.
Is their first live thing this Thursday or next Thursday?
This Thursday night, man.
This Thursday night, Thursday 8.
Yeah. You know what?
I know they got the TV title thing they're doing with the voting and all that. That's basically all I know about the live thing. What's the main event? What's the big hype? What are they promoting as the watch this first live show to see this? What is
well,
the big draw?
I mean, they're doing something with Devon's TV title, right? Where well, that's the big thing that they're doing, to be honest with you, man. Where
Wow.
they're bringing people, like each day this week. Like yesterday, it was going to be Devon versus Rob Van Dam, and today I think it was Mr. Anderson, right?
Yes.
And then the fans are going to be able to pick, who Devon faces for the TV title, and they're going to announce another name
I've been
tomorrow.
hearing so many rumors going on that Matt Morgan's leaving. They try and get John Morrison, Molina to TNA. I've been hearing the stories.
Well, John Morrison would
Speaking with that, the Matt Morgan thing, if you go to WZROnline.com, we have a photo of Matt Morgan in one of those, what is it, WWE?
No. We should actually pull that. It's not. The WWE Revolution video came out. THQ actually leaked it, and it is for the WWE 13 video game. And we had originally thought that it was Matt Morgan. It was our mistake. It was not. It was CM Punk. And THQ accidentally, released the video trailer for it, and it came out that it was all CM Punk based. So we apologize for the error.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not. And we'll pull that photo too. I should have done it before, but that was our mistake. But Matt Morgan, yeah. I mean,
that was my mistake. That was my mistake. I apologize.
No, I put it up, man. I'm the one that put that photo up.
The other guy I like was Eric Bischoff, but I believe he's not coming back to TNA anymore.
What
Eric
about
Bischoff was the man. I always liked him since WCW.
Well, Bischoff is still there in a backstage role. He's just not on TV at the current time. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right, thanks for the call, man. We need to move on to Chris Jericho. I appreciate your support of the website, and I'll take that Matt Morgan photo off. I apologize. That was our mistake. I can admit it. I put the photo up. We thought it was Matt Morgan, and it wasn't. Mistakes happen, and that was one of them. So we'll pull that off the website for you guys. But you guys have already seen the WWE Revolution video, and it's pretty much all CM Punk for the WWE 13 video game. Chris Jericho, bro. This is what happened last Thursday night. Went out there during a live event, and
did we have like a long personal phone call about this? Because I have millions of questions.
Yes, it was me.
Okay, that's the confusion then. I was like, I know we had a long talk about this. Why would we do that if it wasn't on the radio?
No. It was me and you. We talked about it, man. We've been talking throughout the week, man, with the galleries and everything else. But the deal for those who pretty much everybody's heard by now, you would think. But the deal is. Chris Jericho, CM Punk, there was a main event in Brazil. It was their first time ever being in Brazil. They wanted to leave a good impression. They went out there on Thursday night was when the event took place, and on his way to the ring, a fan had a Brazilian flag, and CM Punk took it from the fan and paraded around the ring with it. Chris Jericho then came to the ring and snatched the flag, held it up for a minute, and then crumpled it up and kicked it. In the country of Brazil, it is completely illegal. I mean, listen, it's like America, guys.
Let me throw in one little thing in the past, and
Right.
this way, what you're about to say will make a lot of more sense.
Okay.
Everybody's going to think, well, wait a minute. What about back when Shawn Michaels took the Canadian flag, picked his nose with it, threw it on the ground, and humped it? Let's not forget. If I'm not mistaken, when he did this, not even have to pick the nose one, but when he took that flag, threw it on the ground, and then fucked the flag, the Canadian flag, he fucked the maple leaf right in the middle of the ring. That was the same night of the Montreal screw job.
Mm-hmm.
But, so in Canada, whatever. But in Brazil, different story, and you can go ahead and tell them why.
It is completely different. Okay, in the United States of America, okay, you're not supposed to let an American flag touch the ground. If you burn an American flag, it is not against the law to do that. I mean, it is known to people that you just don't do that to an American flag. Different countries have different rules, and in Brazil, to desecrate a flag is flat out against the law. It is a law that they have out there. It's that It's point blank. It is a law. So when this happened, John Laurinaitis and a couple of police officers, they saw this, and it didn't seem like the crowd minded. You know, they knew that it was entertainment. They knew that Chris Jericho was playing up a gimmick, a heel gimmick.
A heel, yeah, exactly.
It is, you know, it's his gimmick. It's his stick. It's what he does. You know, unfortunately, in Brazil, it is flat out against the law to do that. So when this happened, a couple of police officers came to the ring, and John Laurinaitis called Chris Jericho over, and basically the police who were backstage at the show doing security and other things said, listen, he's got two choices right now. Number one, you can get on the microphone and apologize for desecrating our flag, or number two, we will take you out of here, and this is not a work by any means. We will take you out of here in handcuffs, the main event's off, and everybody in this arena goes home. What are you going to do? He got back on the microphone and said, listen, I apologize. It was something that I shouldn't have done, and clearly he didn't know the laws in Brazil. And with that being said, when this happened, TMZ.com picked it up, and the media picked it up, and WWE was then forced, trust me, man, WWE didn't want to have to suspend Chris Jericho, okay? They also didn't want to leave that impression on Brazil, their first time ever being in the country of Brazil. What is WWE's only option? Are you going to fire the guy? No, but you're going to suspend him for at least 30 days, and that's what they had to do, man. The media is going to run with this story, and if WWE didn't do anything to this guy, the media is going to say, they're going to shit all over WWE and say, I can't believe this.
Yeah, that hurts the company. And then
right.
2 quick points. A, of course Chris Jericho didn't know that was the law. Did you know it was the law?
I had no idea. No, of course, I had no idea,
exactly.
man. Yeah.
And the second point is, why do people think it's the work? Maybe because he's about to go on tour with Fozzy, and it's like, oh, he needs time off, and this is a storyline explanation.
But you guys,
That's not the case at all,
but
guys.
Let
me.
Let me follow up on that. You guys do know that right before this happened, about 3 or 4 days before this happened, there were rumors that Chris Jericho was going to be leaving WWE. We then put up an article that said, despite the Fozzy tour coming up, he's got multiple tours over the summertime, despite the Fozzy tour, he was going to come back and work TV tapings, okay? He may miss 1 or 2 here and there, but he was going to be available for TV tapings. He would probably miss live events.
Yeah.
A reduced schedule, but he would still be on Monday Night Raw. And then this happened, and WWE had no other choice but to suspend this guy. And they're in the right. They had to do it. If they didn't do it, the media would have just blown this up even more. But as soon as they suspended him, they dropped it. TMZ and everybody else said, you know, Chris Jericho suspended by WWE, and that's it. And for those that believe it's a work, I can't convince you, man. Boone can't convince you. I can't convince you. All I can say is you are out of your fucking mind if you think it's a work. And I guess you'll see. I mean, he wasn't on Raw. He wasn't backstage at Raw this week. We got 25 more.
Yeah.
We got 25 more days. And you're not going to see him on TV for those 25 days. And then when he comes back, there we are. We're going right back into an angle with Randy Orton, probably. You know?
I wouldn't say they're out of their minds for thinking that it's a work. I mean, look at the track record in WWE. I mean, it would make sense.
Right.
Especially with Jericho lying about, no, I'm not coming back, and then he's back. This and that. And then even put up a tweet that says he's done, like he's quitting again now over this. That's not true either. He'll be back.
He's always worked the
internet. I can see why people think it's a work.
Yeah, and he's always, like you said, the tweet, bro, he's always worked the internet. You know what I mean? He's always done things like that. You know, I'm not coming back, or I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You know, right before he came back to WWE for his most recent run, you know, I think they were in Florida or somewhere down south, and he put a photo up, an old photo of him up in Canada, you know, skiing or something like that, man, trying to work the internet.
How about the TNA? The TNA tees, when he put the logo on his website and all that shit.
Right. I mean, he's done this in the past. He's not done with WWE. You're going to see him 25 days from now, and by that point, you know, the suspension's over. The media's died down over this. And not only that, but WWE people, officials and management were scrambling on Thursday night, and they got him out of the country ASAP, man. He didn't fly with the rest of the Raw crew on Thursday night. They booked him to, Ecuador on Friday, and then from Ecuador, he flew back home to Miami, Florida, in the United States. What's that?
You want money and cross-promotion? Fuck Brock Lesnar. How about we have Chael Sonnen and Chris Jericho versus Anderson Silva and Randy Orton? Tag team match, mixed MMA, mixed pro wrestling rules.
There There you go. In Brazil, right? In Brazil. Got to do it in Brazil.
Absolutely. Soccer stadium, Sao Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, wherever you want it. That's money.
There you go. No doubt. No, and not only that, but God, when Chael Sonnen goes into Brazil, oh God, dude. Oh man. I mean, obviously.
Well, not now. The fight's in Vegas, but you know.
Oh, what?
They moved it. Remember, they couldn't get it off because the United Nations were going to be in during that time. It's a whole story. We told it on the air already. I'll tell you.
So
it's a long story.
So that fight's the Chael Sonnen Anderson Silva fight's not happening in Brazil?
No, they moved it to the. I told you there was a great press conference where they tried everything they could, but they just couldn't get it off. So now it's going to be July 7th, 2 days before my birthday, and it'll be Chael Sonnen and Anderson Silva main event. And to any real MMA fans listening, there's rumors that Anderson Silva's injured and the fight's off. Not true. Fight's still on. Anderson Silva's fine. Or he's injured and he's just going to fight anyway, and he's telling everybody he's fine.
Ah, wow. I had no idea. That's news to me, man. I thought it was in Brazil when he was going to get killed. You know?
I told you. You just didn't remember, I guess. I told you they had that great stare down. So that's the main event. And then you got Tito Ortiz in his final fight ever in the UFC, retirement fight. That'll be against Forrest Griffin in a rubber match trilogy. Each guy's won one. This is the third one, and it's Tito's last fight. Plus, you got it was supposed to be the finals of the Ultimate Fighter Live season. Uriah Faber, Dominic Cruz. Cruz got injured, so now it's Uriah Faber and Renan Barão. Plus, you got Rich Franklin versus Kung Lee. So this is like their big super show of the year. It's a stacked card.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, and I know you didn't get to see this, man, but UFC 146 was one of the best pay-per-view I've seen in years, man.
I heard,
every fight on that card was unbelievable. They're going to do Cain Velasquez versus Junior Dos Santos, numero dos, man.
Now, that will be in Brazil in a soccer stadium. That's not confirmed at all, but that's the rumor, and they're really going to push for that because they think they got a big star in Junior Dos Santos now.
Right.
Also, I just want to mention, I didn't see the pay-per-view, but Fuel TV does that post-show every time UFC has a show now.
Yeah.
So they do highlights of the kind of like SportsCenter when they recap a baseball game. They show the main shit. So they do that with UFC on the Fuel TV post-show. So I did get to see. Literally, it was like 60-second clips of the three main events. It was, I got to see Big Country's knockout, which was awesome.
Yeah, that was
crazy.
crazy.
I got to see, highlights of the bloodiest shit I've ever seen. Cain Velasquez just pummeling Bigfoot Silva. And I got to see Dos Santos cool Frank Mir. Oh, and I saw the FX fight because that was on free cable before I went out to the bar. I went out to the bar to try and watch the damn thing, and they said, "Oh, we don't have pay-per-view." I was so fucking pissed. But
aren't you banned from every bar you go into these days anyways? Don't you get banned?
That's at home. Down here, they don't know me, so. And I was good. I just did some karaoke and stuff. There's pictures of it.
God, dude. Jesus. I talked to you on Saturday night, dude, and you were a wreck on Saturday
I was there.
I'm surprised you even remember that combo, man. I mean, that was Saturday night at about...
Yeah, I went outside that. I was so curious to know what was going on because I was there to watch the fights and have fun with some friends, and I couldn't. So I was like, I gotta call my boy up because I didn't know damn well he's watching. I gotta find out what's going on and shit. So you were nice enough to answer and really run it down.
Yeah. All right, let's take some live phone calls. 518-712-3070. 518-712-3070. What do you want to talk about? TNA, Raw, Chris Jericho, Brock Lesnar. And then we'll get into some rapid fire segments here. Just a little bit. We'll take your live questions, your live phone calls. You can get to our live chat room at WZROnline.com/chat. Get there. I'm tired, man. I'm yawning, man. I'm tired. I don't know.
Where you go?
I got a lot of work to do after we go off the air, man. NXT, Superstars, SmackDown. We got some
What are they taping this week?
Oh, God, I just had it. They're at the, oh, shit.
Well, you said Texas or something, right?
No, it's in Louisiana, I believe.
God,
it's on the tip of my tongue, man. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Louisiana, I know something in Louisiana coming up. New Orleans. I don't know if it's the tapings or not, but I know they're doing something over there.
NXT just finished up, and I'm writing these up right now. So we'll get
so
them.
they're East Coast then, I would think, right?
No, yeah, they're on the East Coast. They're in Louisiana, Baton Rouge.
Okay.
Thanks, AMC boy in the chat room, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So that's where they are tonight. It'll be over fairly early, 10:30, 10:45 Eastern time, and we'll have Superstars NXT. I think they're running a little bit late tonight, to be honest. So maybe like 11 o'clock Eastern time, and then we got some news to go up with Dolph Ziggler and Randy Orton. I gotta save some stuff before we go off the air.
Oh.
Yeah.
We have to talk about guests coming up, and also it's updated on T-shirts. Let's get that out of the way.
You remember Pinky?
Pinky?
Yeah, you don't. I think
Pinky in the brain.
Was it Chris? I think Chris was here for that. Pinky was the mistress of Billy Gunn. And for those that...
Oh, no, I was here for that. Yeah. The voice, no, I wasn't here, but you had me listen. That was one of the only shows in history, I think, that I wasn't part of that I listened to.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, dude, she came on here, and she was shooting left and right, man. Well,
so they're guts, bro.
She is on my Facebook page, and I put something up last week, and she commented, and I said, wow, I said, Jesus, her name's Deborah Simmons. Deborah Pinky, she goes by the name Pinky, but I put something up on my Facebook page, and she said, I'll come back on WZR any day of the week, and I don't know her status with Billy Gunn or anything like that. As I say that, Billy Gunn's 4-inch penis comes into the jet. You motherfuckers. But she's gonna be coming back here. She wants to come back on, man, and I don't know, maybe she's on good terms with Billy Gunn. I don't know what the deal is, but she wants to come on here and talk, and then we got, who else, man? We got Shad Gaspard.
You got Shad Gaspard from Crime Time. You got, you're going to have to say the name of the ROH guy. Plus, I said this on the air before, so you can't get mad at me. Ryan turned them down. He didn't want them.
Yeah.
Trish Stratus booked and ready to go. I had Diamond Dallas Page booked and ready to go. He didn't want to do guests. Now, I guess we're back to doing guests, so... As long as you're serious about doing guests, I can get some motherfucking guests for us, buddy, and I will interview the shit out of them. So
yeah,
we'll do this shit.
Trish got a big ego, and DDP too. They got big ego. Plus, I don't know them.
But I'll handle them. Listen, I'm not a mark anymore for wrestling. I will fuck them up if they try and come on here with an ego. Believe me.
No, you won't. No, you won't, dude.
Brother, put Big Vito on with me and I'll tool him. You put anybody on here with me, I'll tool him. I'm not impressed anymore.
Yeah, Vito and...
Trish, I might be a little nervous because I've always, how many times I jerked off to Trish Stratus, I can't even count. But, yeah, but DDP...
I think this is Boone right now with a couple beers. I mean, you're great tonight, by the way. You're doing awesome from a cell phone. But I think this is Boone putting on his little tough guy. He has a couple beers and he puts on his tough guy attitude.
I have a Dr. Pepper in front of me right now, buddy. No, I told you online, I'm not intimidated. Back in the day when we did do interviews, I mainly handled it because you didn't like doing interviews.
Yeah.
I don't want to bust you out, but you're not much of a wrestling historian. You don't know a lot about 80s wrestling. You're more of a 90s kind of guy. So I can hang, because back then we were doing this stuff, late 90s, early 2000s, and a lot of stuff was about the 80s. So you're like, man, I know some of the major stuff, but I mean, the smaller stuff, I'm not going to know. I said, dude, you cover what you can cover, and I'll handle everything else. I'm down to do it again, man.
Are you humping the phone or something?
Am I humping the phone?
Why do I keep hearing beep, beep, like you're pressing numbers?
Oh, I might be hitting a button on the side. I lean up forward to flick the setup, I'm sitting next to a baby crib with a fan attached to it. There's a stroller over here, and the ashtray's way away from me, so I gotta lean forward.
I gotcha. Anyways, Trish Stratus DDP comes in here. This is the Matt Boone talking tough right now. They come out, you wouldn't know what to do.
Okay.
You wouldn't know what to do, motherfucker.
We'll see. You get our first interview, and you watch how I will not change a goddamn thing about how I do my show.
Yeah, get out of here. You put that tough guy front on right now. Get out of here.
Right.
You know
I said it on live air, andLl back it up.
I bet you will. Get out of here.
Okay.
We'll have him on. No doubt. We'll get him on, dude. I mean, if you want to do it, if you got the connections, do it,
I wanted to do Trish and DDP, and you're like, why don't we just not do guests, man? And I'm like, because you were like, well, after those two, who the hell else we're going to get? We don't want to make a living of tracking people down and trying to get guests all the time. Now they're coming to us. That's how big we've gotten.
We don't need guests. So you got Ryan Clark and Matt Boone on here. You know what I'm saying? We don't need guests. Get out of here. All right, here we go. Let's do.
There's three other ones. No, but one other guy. Who's the ROH guy? Because I don't know his name.
The who?
The ROH guy you said we were going to get on here.
Oh, Bobby Fish.
Bobby Fish. Okay, yeah, I didn't know that one.
Yeah, he's from up here in Colony, New York. All right, here we go. Rapid fire. Ready? Zach takes how long before Ziggler wins the WWE or World Title? I would say if they give him a push, maybe by the end of this year.
No.
Next year, early next year. Next year.
Next year at the earliest, I'd say within 3 years.
Jesse Young, next ROH wrestler to join TNA or WWE. Despite his girlfriend, Maria, I would say Mike Bennett is the guy that WWE would look at. I don't think maybe Davey Richards, somebody like that.
Roderick Strong, Davey Richards, Briscoe Brothers, none of those guys?
Those two. I mean, it could be. He said who's the next ROH wrestler to join WWE or TNA or WWE. I'd say Mike Bennett.
I don't know Bennett that well. The Prodigy, I don't know him that well. Yeah.
The Prodigy. Look at this, dude. Look at this.
Hey man, I know some stuff. You'd be surprised. I don't know a lot, so I don't want to talk about it because then if we get into a discussion, I'm going to sound stupid. But yeah, I can throw a nickname out now and then.
Wow, I say Mike Bennett, and he says the Prodigy. Yeah, I'm proud of you, buddy. Not bad.
Well, DJ Penn's the Prodigy too, so I have like something to relate it to remember it by.
All right, Albert Collins, Hatfield versus McCoy's. Who will win? Listen, this new show debuted last night. All right, it's on like History or something like that. Hatfields versus McCoy's. All right, and I guess it goes back and looks at the Civil War or something back in the days.
Yeah.
I don't watch it. I'm not interested in that stuff. So Hatfields versus McCoy's. Who will win? McCoy's.
I'll go McCoy too, but I don't know anything about it. I've heard that brought up a lot. Hatfield McCoy, not for wrestling or TV, but yeah, I don't fucking know. What kind of question is that? Next.
Adam Queensberry. It's a really good. What? It's a really good miniseries. I don't get it. I have no idea.
Whatever.
Rob Savall. Have you ever tried to eat someone's face off? Oh, Jesus. I know what he's talking. Did you hear about this, bro? Down in Miami, Florida, over, the holiday weekend, right? I guess these two people that were on a highway or something like that, all right? They got into an altercation, all right? And the one guy gets knocked down, and the dude who people are saying was tripped out on acid or something like that, started eating the man's face. And when the cops came and told him, yo, knock it off, fucking get off the guy, he growled at the cop. And eventually, the cop shot him dead because he wouldn't get off this guy. And he ate 75% of the guy's face off, bro. The guy's got...
How is that possible? Was the guy unconscious and just not waking up with somebody eating him?
I guess they got in a fight, some sort of road rage or something like that. And after they got in the fight, the guy got his ass whipped or something. And 70% or 75% of this guy's face, he ate it off. And then when the cop told him to put it on, one of the witnesses said he had flesh coming out of his mouth and growled at the cop. So the cop had no other choice.
Mike Tyson looked like a bitch, man. Mike Tyson had like a little snack of an ear. Jesus.
No, it's all over the news. I've been reading up. I mean, it's crazy, dude. They were saying that he was high on something, on acid or trip. I don't know.
PCP, Angel Dust, one of those.
He was on something. Ryan Shoptaw, what is this big thing that Paul Heyman and CM Punk are talking about? Your guess is as good as mine, but we heard and we put it up on the website a couple weeks ago that when Paul Heyman first came back to WWE, after the Brock Lesnar angle, there were plans to do something with CM Punk. So there may be something in the works, but keep in mind things change all the time in WWE, and they were cryptic in their tweets today. So I have no idea. Jeffrey Covington, was Taker's WrestleMania streak planned from the start of his career, or did it happen by chance? I don't know.
It was not started. I heard an interview with Vince Russo recently, shoot interview where he said it was not planned, and then just eventually they realized, like, oh shit, this guy's never lost. And then the fans really started picking up on it, especially when they hit around 10-0, and then they're like, well, Christ, now we got like a thing. And then now it's just got way bigger than anybody ever expected. Edge at one point had a long undefeated streak of WrestleMania 2 as far as singles competition. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take Boone's word for it. I don't know anything. I would guess it wasn't planned, but then it got to,
No.
8, 9, 10, 11, and you're like, hey, let's keep this thing going,
Yeah.
Stephen Bowman, how long are they going to keep Teddy Long in the roles he's in at the moment? The poor guy. I don't know. You'd have to ask
Just as a
creative.
maid, wasn't he, on Raw?
Oh yeah. They had him dressed up in a maid. Hi, I'm Teddy Long. The week before with a name tag on, and he's just basically a bitch for Eve Torres and John Laurinaitis. Kevin Eberjesi, with WWE Raw being 3 hours each week and also being interactive, do you think WWE will debut a new Raw stage? No, I don't think we're going to see a new Raw set, but you're going to see a lot of stuff on WWE.com. I mean, last night they were plugging the hell out of WWE.com. They even plugged the Chris Jericho thing on Raw. They said, they didn't mention exactly what happened, but they did say if you want to find out, go to WWE.com. So that's what they do to their casual fans, right? Hey, the more they send people to WWE.com, the more people are going on Google and everything else, and they're finding us. So I have no problem with them plugging WWE.com. It's more traffic.
Bring it on, baby.
Bring it on. More traffic for us. Nick Rice, best ring announcer: Michael Buffer, Bruce Buffer, or Howard Finkel? Michael Buffer.
Well, there's another one I'm not even on the tip of my tongue that I can't think of it. Not Jimmy Lennon Jr. either. I would say Michael Buffer is easily the most famous. He's the best. Yeah, as far as there's somebody I'm not remembering now. It's pissing me off because I really wish I could. But
It's
yeah,
not
Michael Buffer out of those two.
Kellerman's not an announcer, so it's not that.
No, somebody an older guy.
Yeah, I don't know. Chris Jones, Big Show is boring. Well, they're trying to make him a monster. We'll see what happens. Give it a chance. You know what I mean? Don't shit on it. Yeah, I know we saw a lot of Big Show last night, but give it a chance. See where they go with it. Michael Dugan, did Kelly get breast implants, or is it a push-up bra? I don't know. She's had some time off in recent weeks. I didn't see her last night on Monday Night Raw, so I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, maybe is he saying recently? Because clearly at some point she's had an enhancement. Those are not natural.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I haven't
those
seen.
Are fake bits.
Yeah, they're not. Come on, they're not normal. Matthew Pringle, I'm going swimming in the river. Would you like to come, you motherfucker? All right, check it out. Before we go off the air here, all right, I put up a Facebook status yesterday. All right, I don't swim in a river. I don't swim in a lake. I don't swim in the ocean. I
remember we went to the ocean and you refused to even get in the water, if I'm not mistaken. You have like a fear or something?
Listen, you know how much shit is in the ocean? You know how much fish is in the ocean? All right, it's the same thing with a lake. What if something fucking rubs up against your leg or bites you on the toe or something?
Dude, how many times I've been stung by jellyfish in the ocean? It's not that bad.
Oh, hell no.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, but you know that when you're kicking your feet around and you're keeping yourself up above the water, you know that there is shit all around you, especially in the ocean or on a lake or oh, hell no, dude. And not only that...
Hey, that's deep out. If you're talking about actual shit.
No, you never know.
Creatures and stuff, yeah,
wait,
they're everywhere.
Wait a minute. You never know. People say, oh, well, they're deep sea. They're way out in the sea. You never know. Fish take vacations. They may come to the shore, say what's up to the people, and then go back out. You know what I mean? You never know,
dude.
There's
a lot of dog shit in people's lawns, too. Are you going to scared to walk around lawns because of shit?
No.
You're scared of getting stung or something.
No, because I got shoes and pants on, so if I step in dog shit, it has nothing to do with it. There's fish and shit in the... And not only that, but I'll only swim in an in-ground pool, and I gotta check the filter to make sure that there's no frogs or nothing like that in there. And I won't swim in an above.
You might want to look into that, buddy. That's not normal.
It's normal, bro. I'm telling you, it's a fucking phobia. No. I'm scared shitless of heights.
That's a phobia. There's some kind of fear there from childhood that you're not recognizing.
No, there's not. I used to swim in lakes all the time when I was a kid, man. But
you ever almost drown or get really hurt at some point? Or?
Bro, there is shit in rivers, and there's just crazy stuff. Go Google some of the stuff that's in the ocean, bro. I'm not getting in there with that crap. Hell no.
This ain't saying too much, because they won't know what we're talking about. So don't get mad at me. But the thing with your legs, did that have anything to do with water or oceans or anything?
No, nothing, man.
Oh, okay.
Nothing at all, dude.
All right, well then I don't get it. I don't understand.
I get. There's nothing. It's just I don't like fucking shit that I can't see, bro. If I can see through the water, and I can see what I'm swimming in, like in an in-ground pool or something, no doubt. And I won't swim in an above-ground pool because the frogs get up and they hide underneath. I'll pick up a toad. If I see a frog out on the, and it's a toad, not a bullfrog. I don't touch bullfrogs because they're slimy and shit. All right, but if it's
I
little,
don't touch lizards and none of that shit
No,
either, but it won't
no.
stop me from getting in a pool.
I'll go and I'll touch a salamander and it's got to be a frog, like one of them just a little tiny frog. I'll pick something like that up. But if it's a bullfrog where it's a slimy motherfucker, oh hell no, get that shit. No.
I
Hell
don't even
no.
touch a little frog. And I'm like you. If I get stung by a jellyfish, I get the hell out of the ocean. But it doesn't stop me from going back in like 5 or 10 minutes.
I'll dip.
Man, that hurt. I don't want to get hit again. It's around here somewhere. Obviously, it just stung me. How far away did it go? Is it still right near me? Or?
Yeah, no. So I'm just not doing it. We're not, to answer your question, dude, who was it? Matthew Pringle? Hell no, dude. You go swim in the fucking river by yourself, dude. I'll wait on shore and wait for you to come back or something, dude. All right.
Matthew, once you pop, you can't stop. Pringle. I'm sorry.
Brian Cornelius. Does McMahon think we do not know why he is promoting a kid-friendly product? If it will get even worse if Linda wins. I agree, man. It will. Ben Ford. Hope Cody Rhodes don't get the WWE title. He's not ready yet. Basically, is what he says. Cody Rhodes he's an up and comer.
Not yet, but he's getting there, man.
Craig Skimmins. Who do you think will win a loser leaves wrestling forever match out of Johnny Ace and Michael Cole? Well, they're not going to do that, number one. But if they were to do that, I would say Michael Cole probably wins. I mean, he's the announcer. Johnny Ace is playing a character. Michael Cole is your lead announcer. So I would say Ace.
Are you talking about leave the company or leave as an on-air talent?
Leaves wrestling forever is what he's asking.
If you're talking about it on air, then yeah, it would be Michael Cole winning. But no, Johnny Laurinaitis is a very high up position. They're not going to get rid of him. But that's not, why are we even answering this next?
Nick Rice, is WZR open to having columnists? Yes, man. I've got a column section and nobody posts, man. If you guys email me, webmaster@prowrestlingscoops.com, listen, make it like a page long. You got to work on your spelling. It's got to have, proper grammar. I can't put something up where you're not capitalizing your eyes and shit like that.
It's not that hard. Get WordPad, turn your spell check on, write your fucking opinions, and send them to Mr. Clark. That's it.
You gotta capitalize your eyes.
Thousands of people will read it. You'll become a superstar.
You will, man, on WZR. I mean, the site's growing like crazy. So if you want to write a column, webmaster@prowrestlingscoops.com. Dean Mitchell, who was your star of UFC 146? I'll answer first. I mean, it's between Dos Santos, Cain Velasquez, and Roy Nelson. I would say Roy Nelson, man. He got a vicious knockout.
I would say Cain Velasquez because, and I only saw highlights, but he had the toughest competition. Pee Wee Herman against Roy Nelson. It's not a shocker that Nelson knocked him out.
Right.
Dos Santos against Mir. There's nothing shocking about Dos Santos knocking him out. Bigfoot Velasquez was one of those where people were like, I don't know who's going to win. I knew Velasquez was going to win, but from what I hear and from what I saw, he fucking just, it was like scary how bad he beat him up, which is the whole reason they're going straight back to Velasquez, Dos Santos too. That was, what was Dos Santos' last fight before Mir? It was Velasquez, and he beat him in like 10 seconds by knockout, and now the demand's like, well, we got to have a second fight, so that tells me Velasquez must have looked pretty goddamn good.
All right, we're running late here, man. So let's do one-word answers, and then we'll get out of here. We'll let you guys go. And we got SmackDown spoilers. Tom Robertson, sorry guys, but you can't compare Oprah's audience with WWE's. If Oprah did a 3-hour pay-per-view of her own, no one would buy it. WWE does 250,000 plus monthly. Well, number one, they don't do 250,000. They don't do anywhere close to 250,000 plus monthly.
UFC barely does that, and sometimes they don't.
No, they're down in the 100,000s these days. And number one, you're comparing a pay-per-view to Oprah's net. We're talking about Oprah's TV network.
Channel.
Yeah, which is free. And a lot less money if they were to do a network. So, Vincent Nugent, what do you guys think about that performance of Roy Nelson? It was awesome. Talked about that. When will Shad call into WZR Radio? Soon, man, soon. I'm still talking to him. Chase Kramer, why do UFC fans hate Brock Lesnar so much for leaving, but WWE fans craved for his return after abandoning him? UFC and WWE fans are completely different.
I don't even want to answer that. It's not a quick answer.
Yeah, Joseph Getz, I gave 2 shits when he was in WWE first. He's talking about Brock Lesnar. And the last one, Thomas Briggs, how many months before Cena begins yelling, "The champ is here"? He still does, doesn't he?
I'm sure he does, yeah.
All right, and then last thing, caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hey, what's going on? This is Anthony. How are you guys?
I'm good. How are you, man?
All right. Little heat wave here in New York City.
Oh, it's crazy, isn't it, man? You guys didn't have those thunderstorms. They were up north today, man. It got pretty crazy up here.
Yeah, it's raining here as we speak.
Yeah,
raining
yeah,
a lot.
Yeah, same here, man.
Hey, real quick, what do you guys think about the whole deal with Lesnar going back to UFC and trying to leverage a deal between the WWE and the UFC and Dana White declining it?
How do we feel about it?
You gotta listen to the archive. I did a huge rundown with a lot of information that I don't think anybody else has. So listen to the archive because we really broke it down for you and we gave you the entire story. So definitely check it out. WZROnline.com. It should be tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be up. And thanks to Daniel, man. We always forget about this guy, but Daniel does the archives and he puts them up on WZROnline.com. And I don't have the exact address to the YouTube page, but he does an awesome job on the YouTube page. He gets everything. Do you know the link to that, dude?
I don't. I think it's youtube.com/user/WZR and then DOTCOM, but I'm not sure. Basically, just he'll put it on your site. All you got to do, Ryan, get the damn YouTube thing, put it on your Facebook. I have been but I can't get on Facebook right now, so just put it up because people need to hear this shit.
All right, it's youtube.com/WZROnline. Just do it that. No .com or anything. YouTube.com/user. You don't have to do the user. YouTube.com/WZROnline, and you guys are good to go. So you can do it that way. That'll do it, man. Good show tonight, dude. You'll be back home next week, right?
Yes, back to normal next week.
All right, no doubt. That will do it. That'll do it. We'll see you guys next Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Time. Same place, same time. Check WZROnline.com throughout the week. For Matt Boone.
That's me.
This is Ryan Clark.
That's him.
I'm saying see you next Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Time on WZROnline.com.